Still no other sign of He-Man.
This planet is so dirty I can hardly smell anything.
We've just gotta find him.
It's a monster.
I don't think this friendly pooch would hurt anyone. In fact, maybe you could ask him if he's seen He-Man, Cringer.
Growl? Snarl? He says his mistress and He-Man were taken away by a giant robot.
Oh, rise and shine. Time to get up. Greetings, stranger. I am Plunder, the rightful ruler of trainers.
The rightful destroyer, you mean?
Oh, since you don't like what I've done to the outside, Gleedle, you'll be happy to know I've got a lovely spot picked out for you in my dungeon. You don't have to share Gleedle's fate, stranger. How would you like to help me become the richest man in the universe?
What do you mean?
Well, in this container is the life force of this planet. Using my evil powers, I've turned it into a magic liquid which I can sell for millions, even billions. I'll make a fortune.
You destroy a whole world just for wealth and treasures?
I'd do anything for that.
He says He-Man is inside that frightening place.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's knock him out of there.
No, Ram Man. We've gotta play it smart. Sneak up on him and take him by surprise.
Well, stranger, what is your answer going to be? I could use those muscles of yours.
I may not remember where I came from or even what my name is, but I know what you're doing to this world is wrong.
Then you and Gleedle can both stay in my dungeon forever. What's happening?
He-Man, look, it's us.
He-Man?
My robot guards will take care of you intruders.
He-Man, can't you remember anything?
Do I know you?
Zodak said I should talk of home, and your memory might come back.
But I can't remember where my home is.
I'll take care of these guys.
Speak of home, speak of home. Of course! Where else would you be more at home than Castle Grayskull? Quick, follow me!
Help! Help!
Now hold the sword up and say, by the power of Grayskull!
By the power of Grayskull!
Orko!
Hooray! The power of Grayskull brought your memory back. Now let's go to work. We need your help.
Those aliens are turning my robots to junk, but they won't get my magic liquid. If If I can't get rich from my magic liquid, then nobody will have it. Well, stranger, what is your answer going to be? I could use those muscles of yours.
I may not remember where I came from or even what my name is, but I know what you're doing to this world is wrong.
Then you and Gleedle can both stay in my dungeon forever. What's happening?
He-Man, look, it's us.
He-Man?
My robot guards will take care of you intruders.
He-Man, can't you remember anything?
Do I know you?
Zodak said I should talk of home, and your memory might come back.
But I can't remember where my home is.
I'll take care of these guys.
Speak of home, speak of home. Of course! Where else would you be more at home than Castle Grayskull? Quick, follow me! Now hold the sword up and say, by the power of Grayskull!
By the power of Grayskull!
Orko!
Hooray! The power of Grayskull brought your memory back. Now let's go to work. We need your help.
Those aliens are turning my robots to junk, but they won't get my magic liquid.
Good evening. Welcome to another edition of what did I drop? Who cleaned those chitlins? We cleaning some Monday chitlins tonight. Okay, you ain't ready for this round. We cleaning some chitlins tonight because you know we can't eat everybody's chitlins. Cut up some malls in them chitlins. Got the whole house stinking. America, you remember who you are? You remember America, the hope of the world? You got to get your memory back like He-Man. Remember when we fought against genocides and fought against starving people? Remember those days? Remember when everybody in the world believed in America? They said maybe I need to talk about the 70s and 80s to bring your memory back, America. Let me see. What can I show you that'll bring your memory back to who America is? Let me see. Just grab your microphone and raise it in the air and say, there comes a time when we heed a certain call.
There time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one.
You remember America? Remember?
There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We're all a part of God's great big family. And the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the children. We are the ones who make it brighter day. So let's start giving.
You remember now, America, who we are?
There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. Well, send them your heart
Dion.
so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free, as God has shown us by turning stone to bread. And so we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world. We are the children. We all want to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Oh, there's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. When you're down and out, there seems no hope at all. But if you just believe, there's nowhere we can fall.
America, you remember who we are now?
When we stand together as one. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. Make a better day. Just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a
Randy. That's
so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a better day. So let's start giving.
Who cleaned those chitlins? We don't need everybody's chitlins. Walk the potatoes out.
We make a better day. Just you and me.
There's Ella Bonnie.
All right, let me hear it. We are the ones. That we are the children. We are the ones who make a better day. So let's start giving. Let's start giving. There's a choice
Great
we're
job.
making.
Let's go.
We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a brighter day. Just you and me. Come on now, let me hear it.
Y'all, come on, America.
We are the world. We are the children. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. Yeah. We are the world. We are the world. We are the children.
day.
So let's start giving.
In the genocide. What's going on? Oh, New Jersey.
It's true, we'll make a better day.
All the world.
We are the children. Yes, sir. We are the ones that make a better day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're
Oh,
making.
look at it, Ray.
We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me.
In the genocide, America.
Let's go.
We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. America, what has happened to us? We used to be the hope of the world. How has this genocide gone on? They bomb tents. They bomb tent cities with our products. And the guy who authorized it hangs out in the White House. He's rewarded. And Americans don't say nothing. They attract hungry, starving people to food lines, and then they shoot them. America, get your memory back. Is that you? Like He-Man lost his memory? America, have you lost your memory about who you are? Shootings all over America. 4th of July. I see some Philly. I see some Chicago. Alabama. Texas flood. And the flood wipes out a kid's summer camp in Texas. 100, way over 100 people gone in Texas. A flood never heard of. America's supposed, the rest of the world's looking like, what happened to America? We got amnesia about what America is. We got amnesia about what these colors mean. We got amnesia. That's why I played that He-Man clip for you. You want to see it again? I think Americans, you need to see it again. Because some of the things that are coming out of us, a flood in Texas that wipes away a summer camp in Texas. And the president goes celebrate, and the president's having a party tonight in the White House with a guy who's wiping away kids in his area, territory, bomb. He solves all his problems by bombing people. He wants to bomb Syria. He bombed Yemen. He bombed Iran. He bombed Lebanon. He bombed Gaza. Defenseless people, no weapons, starving them to death. Under the American flag. Under the American flag, yeah. Is that America? You got amnesia? I think you guys forgot what these colors stand for. Y'all, it's 4th of July, our birthday. America, you guys forgot what these colors mean. I don't care if you're Democrat. I don't care if you're Republican. What do these colors mean to you? Did you say the pledge? You remember the 80s when we used to have to say the Pledge of Allegiance in the school every morning? One nation under God, indivisible. Everybody had to say it. I don't care if they were Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, uh, Christian, Seventh Day Adventist. Everybody stood up in the morning and said the Pledge of Allegiance. And the pledge means something. These colors meant something. We have to ask, what do they mean now? Do they mean genocide? Do they mean starving people, shooting at starving people, bombing hospitals, shooting at people in line to get food? I don't know. That ain't the America I grew up in. I don't know what America you guys are from. United we stand, divided we fall. Defend against foreign and domestic. Who clean these chitlins? Because I don't know about you guys, but I ain't eating everybody's chitlins. I don't need everybody's chitlins. I don't need everybody's. Let me say it one more time. I don't need everybody's chitlins. Did you cut up any malls in these chitlins, America? You cut up any hog malls? Any pig ears? How long you cook them? How'd you clean them? Did you clean them good? Did you clean these chitlins good, America? Because I ain't feeling it. The last video, Transformers. We got a hole in our shuttle, America. It's a sneak attack by Decepticons. Decepta-Americans. We ain't about that. Everybody's complaining about the New York mayor candidate. What did you think was going to happen? You think the people of New York are going to support a genocide? All those people in New York, NYC, and surrounding Connecticut, Jersey, you think those people support starving people? You think those people are going to support bombing tent cities? They're not. So don't complain about your Democratic socialist mayor candidate winning. Don't complain. What did you expect New York City to do? It's New York. New York knows what these colors stand for. They're not going to support that shit. Don't complain. It's America. Everybody has a right to run for office. Everybody has a right to win. Don't complain now. October, it'll be 2 years. You draw starving people to food lines and you shoot at them, shoot them, bomb tent cities. These aren't people with military. They don't have military. They don't have military backing. They're not backed by EU military. They're not backed by Great Britain military, U.S. military. They're starving people. Americans used to stand against that. Get your memory back. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones that make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me, the greats. Let me name them because they're all so great. The foundation of America's greatness. Kenny Rogers, Kenny Loggins, Dionne Warwick, Diana Ross, Lionel Richie, Michael Jackson, Bob Dylan. I say Kenny Rock, Willie Nelson, Ray Charles, an orphan, drug addict. Little Stevie Wonder, the boss, Bruce Springsteen from Jersey. Hall and Oak, some of my favorite. Steve, what's Steve's last name? C. Perry from Journey. Who else was singing? Just Jeffrey Osborne. Cyndi Lauper was so hot in the 80s. Girls just, she was on WWF wrestling. Girls want to have fun. Time after time. Stevie Hicks was in there. American heroes. A lot of them gone. Tina Turner. Heroes. Elon Musk starting his own political party. Everybody's, oh, he's not going to do this. He's not going to do that. Oh, he's not going to be able to do this. Oh, he's not going to be able to do that. Money is the milk of all politics. And it ain't just that he has money, but let's be honest. We have a lame duck president. Yep, he can't run for office anymore. He's done, unless he wants to run for like Senate or governor or city council. And not only that, it's like he kind of don't care. Texas flood. We have kids missing, summer camp, FEMA funding cut, right? FEMA cut, weather service cut. I don't care. I'm American. I don't care if you're white, black, Spanish, Asian. American's American. One for all and all for one. See the shining sea. And no American should be having a fate the way those little girls did in that Texas flood. Swept away. One girl, she was swept away 15 miles and they found her hanging in a tree. A lot of people, it shouldn't have went down like that. We're in Texas, and the president is talking about tariffs today. And he's talking about what else was he talking about today? Tariffs, and the commander in chief. The buck stops there. He's partying tonight with BB Nat. He's at a party. He's at a house party with BB Netanyahu while we're still trying to recover little girls and families swept away in a flood. We need to get our memory back, America. The rest of the world's looking. China's licking their chops. Like, oh, that's going to be we're going to take our time with those guys. We're going to strategize against that country, and we're going to take them over. They're on their way out. They're not great anymore. That's what China's licking their chops. America. They're showing video of their floods, how they're all I gotta find it for you guys. You see their flood when they're all ready. They're moving. They got the equipment. They're dropping in bricks, holding hands today. We got some brick footage today. I think I got some brick footage for you. What we got here? I could barely see, trying to be cool with these shades. Tariffs. You're going to put tariffs on Bangladesh, Cambodia, Burma, already under sanction. Burma's already under sanctions, I believe. Look, they're holding hands.
Por favor, mais uma.
India president there. Brazil president. South America president. Come on. Trying to see who we see here. I see Indian president. Let me take these shades off. Iran, it's like Iran foreign ministers there. Let's point them out. They are.
Por favor, mais uma.
They sending a message to you, America, that your dollar ain't going to be supreme much longer, and you better heed the warning. And when that dollar ain't jumping like it was, your president got tariffs on Japan. Japan got the most debt. Are you over here? Who cleaned those chitlins? Who cleaning these chitlins? Because I ain't eating everybody's chitlins these days in 2025. Are there any malls in them chitlins? How long y'all clean them? Let me see. They scheme it. The president's here another year or two. You know, Elon get a couple of them congressional seats. Don't act like it can't happen. I remember after John Kerry lost that presidential race in 2004, 2005. Everybody thought Hillary Clinton was going to be the next president. I think we all know how that turned out. John McCain, Hillary Clinton, John McCain race, Hillary Clinton, Mitt Romney race, 2008. And then Katrina hit, changed everything. Now we got this flood in Texas. Lots of young girls, lots of families, kids. The federal government nowhere to be found. FEMA cut, weather service cut. Military, they're in LA, in the park, in an empty park, chasing immigrants or something. The president, he's not going to Texas until Friday. It's 12:01 Tuesday, July 8th. The president ain't going to Texas till Friday. Like, he don't care. He's not running for office anymore. He just need to get his change, his tax cuts out of there. But Elon's on his ass. Everybody, 2004, 2005. Yeah, I see all these political commentators, all these political analysts on TV, Republican and Democrat. Oh, Elon, he never did this. He's not from this country. He never did that. He never did this. Maybe he'll be maybe he should run for school committee. Abraham Lincoln, hip hop Republican. We repping. You see us? Go to the link in the bio. Don't wait till it's too late. Who's that? The champ. Nobody thought he could win either. And then he showed up at Cooper Union, went to New Hampshire, and it's a wrap. It's America. There ain't too much impossible. You look at Elon. Tesla was bankrupt in 2008. And he told the family, everybody put all your money in. He put all his PayPal money in. Now it's like it's around 900 mil. It's around 900 $billion company. He got like 6 companies. He's worth 240, 230, but he got SpaceX and whatever that satellite company is, and he got 6 companies. All he needs is 4 or 5. He knows he's strategizing. He only needs a couple seats, and then he can make. And then him and the president got beef. The president has 2 impeachments. It's a record. He could blow the record out the box. If Elon gets his wish, that 2 record is going to be blown out the box. And this time, it's serious. All these Democratic paid political consultants on TV, they don't want Elon to get no congressional seats, to win a congressional seat. And next year, they started up this year, and him to win, because that fucks up their money. So they're all on Fox, they're on CNN, MSNBC. But the real ones know we're not in the same age. This ain't 2004, 2005. This ain't 1992. Ross, they keep talking about Ross Perot. He did really good, 9% or whatever he did. This ain't that. Ross Perot didn't have Elon money. Elon money ain't even out yet. That's SpaceX. All he got to do is take SpaceX to the market, bring it public. That's a $1 trillion company. That's a trillion right there. He knows it. President knows it. $1 trillion company. That's not including Tesla or the satellite company that's private. He don't got to bring SpaceX to public. He could bring the satellite company to public, and everybody, we all gonna jump on it. Things change in American politics. I remember 2005, they were like, there'll never be a black governor of Massachusetts. A black governor here, they would tell me, there'll never be a black governor in Massachusetts. There'll never be a black president. If there was a black president, it'd be Colin Powell or Condoleezza Rice. That's what I was told. That one of the two would be the first black president. And then Donald Trump. Nobody thought Donald Trump would be elected president. He didn't even think. When he won, he was kind of surprised. But Americans were they did not want Hillary Clinton. In 2008 or 2016, Americans had enough with that of 1990s, the prison bill, NAFTA, media consolidation. So it's about to pop off. Shootings all over the place. Like, I think the problem is we electing people who have no emotional connection to communities. They don't care. Like they're district attorneys and this and that. How many district attorneys are governors? How many district attorneys are senators around the country? Lawyers, congressmen, and American people. The most important right we got is our vote, and you got to start using your imagination. You gotta. It's politics is like a horse race, like the Kentucky Derby. You got to start putting your horses in the race. I don't care if your horse is 1,000,000 to 1. That's what Elon about to put his horses in the race. He don't care what they say. If those horses are 1,000,000 to 1, it's America. He knows. PayPal, he sold that. Tesla, everybody's complaining about Tesla stock's going to go down because Elon's in the politics. I don't think so. I think the more Elon challenges President Trump, the more popularity he's going to get. America, get your memory back. Who are you? Who are you? Who are we? You better figure it out quick. You better figure it out quick. Because they're the wolves, the sharks smell blood in the water. The sharks are swarming around. China ain't waiting for you to get your shit together, America. They ain't waiting. They meeting with European countries. They're meeting with South American countries and companies. They meeting with they run Africa. We haven't had a president travel to Africa since Obama went to the Mandela funeral. That's a long time. That's a decade. Uh, Joe Biden went to Africa in December at the end of his term. Remember when Obama went to Africa, they loved him.
As you see there, are getting involved.
Look, the president. That's when the presidents have fun and world leaders. President got in trouble. President's supposed to be loved around the world. President's supposed to go to Africa. President's supposed to enjoy different cultures, different backgrounds, different foods. Not always be apprehensive. Is that a word? Apprehensive. The people you're gonna put a. You already got what it might be paused, but you put a 48% tariff on Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand. You beefing with Japan. Japan holds the most American debt. Everybody, $1 trillion. If I think we have an auction this week of American securities. Japan could be assholes and start. China's the third large. It's Japan, China. It's Japan, Great Britain, China, the largest of the American debt. China, their holding of gold is at an all-time high because they're preparing to roast us. They're going to roast us. That's what their plan is. They're going to let Trump do his thing for the next 2 years, whatever it is. And then they're going to roast. They want to roast the American dollar, throw it in the fire. You want your dollars at the lowest value since 1973, the year I was born, 51 years ago. We were finishing up Vietnam. An American dollar, and now the president's barking at Japan every day. Japan holds the most U.S. securities at $1 trillion. Yep. I know TikTok, you guys can't see it. I had to set up another camera for TikTok because they messing with my live, because I got all types of stuff going on with my when I do my live, licensing and stuff like that. So, but I still wanted to go live on TikTok. Oh, okay, I know what I'm looking for. CNBC today.
The former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff told us that as debt levels rose, his concern was that interest payments would, over time, squeeze the discretionary defense budget. Historian Neil Ferguson published research recently which says that a great power that spends more on debt servicing than on defense risks ceasing to be a great power. This year, the U.S. is expected to spend about $90 billion more on interest payments than on defense, deepening a critical tipping point that America hit in 2024. The recent tax and spending legislation that was just passed is projected to increase defense spending by $2 billion this year and $150 billion over the next decade. The Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget estimates that the law will boost interest costs, and those will rise by $700 billion. I asked Admiral Mullen whether our adversaries pay attention to our debt levels and see them as a potential vulnerability.
I would think that Putin in Russia, Xi Jinping in China see this as a vulnerability. And you've heard President Xi in China over the last certainly decade plus talk about the United States being in decline.
The irony is that China is one of the largest foreign holders of U.S. treasuries, although it's been steadily reducing its stash. Japan holds more than $1 trillion worth of debt, the most of any foreign country. They really started accumulating U.S. debt in the late 70s and 80s through trade. While the White House says higher tariffs will generate additional revenue to shrink the budget deficit, there's also a looming question about what the reworking of global trade relationships might mean for international demand for treasuries, guys.
Yeah, it's a fundamental reworking of how our system operates, our economy operates. And I've had these types of conversations with folks on the national security side because of it, and you sort of just touched on it. But this impasse we've seen, at least ahead of today with tariffs announced today with Japan, sort of speaks to the leverage that the Japanese, for example, as investors maybe have in trade talks.
And the reason why the Japanese have treasuries to begin with. Japan is an exporting nation. So if they're exporting, say, a car that's worth $30,000, that Japanese automaker gets dollars. They need to convert that to yen through a bank. That bank invests in treasuries, so not to cause much appreciation for the yen, which would hurt their exports. So all of this kind of goes back to trade. So if you start to see a weakening relationship for trade, how does that impact the demand for treasuries over time? What does that mean for the U.S. dollar over time?
And what are the options for the U.S. economy? One might argue we've taken our first big step, gamble perhaps, with an entitlement cut. Medicaid. Now, how people feel that, how people react to that might determine whether we can cut further in order to balance this out down the line, or whether taxes might end up having to go up eventually, right?
Well, that's exactly right, because basically the way we got here is 1/3 due to tax cuts, 1/3 due to spending increases, and 1/3 due to emergencies. So there's a lot of blame to go around. It's not just one thing, it's not just the other thing. And every expert I spoke with said that you have to have a combination of these levers, spending, taxes, and then have kind of a rainy day fund for emergencies in order to prevent something like this from happening in the future. Kent Smetters at Wharton said that if you only tried to solve this problem with tax revenue, for example, you would have to increase taxes 30% to solve this problem. If you only wanted to solve this problem with spending cuts, you'd have to cut spending 25%, which means anyone who's receiving Medicaid or Medicare or Social Security, they're going to see their checks cut by 25%. So either option is not great for the country. That's essentially austerity, which nobody wants to see. But the challenge is coming together at the table for an agreement. And one of the things that I asked Admiral Mullen is, do you still see the debt as the biggest issue for national security facing this nation? You know what he said? It's number 2. The political divide is the biggest threat facing our nation right now, which I think all kind of feeds together as well.
Well, that could keep us from getting
exactly
to,
an agreement on the debt.
Again.
The biggest threat to America is the political divide. We need a president to bring our country together. Especially in times when the Texas flooding. Does the president have the ability to bring America together? We haven't had a president visit Africa in over a decade. China runs it. China's taken over, but they've taken over Africa while we're in Iraq and Afghanistan spending trillions. Boy, I got news flashes flashing up. Elon is all over the president. He's just a troublemaker. Oh, where is it at? Okay. Lord have mercy. That battle is just beginning. Last time we had a president visit Africa, Obama went to the Mandela funeral.
I know that I can stand no matter what may come away.
Everybody loves America then.
South Africa, sing that with us. You don't have to worry. Let me hear you.
Oh, he should. Oh, that's Castro. Castro, look. They got an embargo against them. Brazil.
For there is.
Look, everybody loves America.
Let me hear you up there.
Got the Turkey.
Let me hear you back there.
Mandela funeral.
Everybody,
He didn't tariff anybody. Telling them he was tariffing them.
Let me hear you say.
The last 20 years, 10 years ago, a decade since a president been to Africa. China runs Africa. Russia's in there too. Africa would rather deal with America, but we're always busy with some nonsense. Tariff in Bangladesh, tariff in Cambodia, tariff in Thailand, Vietnam. I wonder, has the president ever ate a bowl of pho? I wish one of the White House reporters would ask the president, Have you ever had pho? If you don't know what pho is the Southeast Asian noodle soup. It's very popular. I've been around the country in the last couple of years, and I would say the most popular restaurant growing in America are pho restaurants, which is Vietnamese, Thailand, Cambodian culture soup with noodles, rice noodles, and meat, whatever meat you want, some lime, sriracha, and that's the most popular growing restaurant in America that I've seen. I've been to Vegas. I mean, not recently, but and everywhere you go, I've been to Iowa, Austin, Atlanta. I've been to North Carolina. I've been to South Carolina. I've been to Delaware. I've been to New York, of course, Massachusetts, New Hampshire. And the most popular restaurant growing in America has to be the faux restaurants. And the president put the most tariffs on anybody in the world. 40%, 48. He lowered them today. 30%. He said that's what they'll be. So he has a pause on tariffs until August 1st. But he wrote a letter to all those guys today saying if they do not meet with his Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, that on August 1st, he's going to hit them with 35+% tariffs. We need a president who builds relationships with people around the world, who respects people. We need that. We need to protect America's reputation and standing in the world. Who clean these chitlins? Because they sure smelling funny. And I don't eat everybody's chitlins. And I'm seeing South Korea and another country, presidents trying to beef with over tariffs. And the South Korean won, I believe it said, is gaining ground on the dollar at the lowest point since 1973, the year I was born. That's not good. I mean, in past times when it gets low, you're like, oh, we'll bounce back. But there's something different about America these days. When you hear things like alligator, Alcatraz, and you see law enforcement people with masks on. I mean, they wore masks when they went after the cocaine and the drug lords, but they going after like people who work in fields and hotels. In Louisiana, there was a 64-year-old Iranian lady, been here for years, decades probably. I think she might be still in detention in Louisiana. 64 years old. America, I just hope we don't lose our blessings. I hope we get it together before it's too late. And we figure out who's bringing that potato salad to the cookout. What else we got here?
What do all the reindeer do from Christmas Day to December 22? How do they fill up the days till it's time to pack up the sleigh?
Kellyanne was swept away. Little Kellyanne right there swept away in the hold on. Kellyanne swept away in the Texas flood over the weekend.
What do all the reindeer do from Christmas Day to December 22?
President's going to Texas on Friday. Tonight he's partying with BB Netanyahu at the White House. Not happy with Vladimir Putin. America, kids shouldn't be getting swept away in floods in America. In the heyday in the 80s, Ronald Reagan's president, that would have never happened. It would have probably never happened with Obama or Bush either. Texas, I doubt it. We need to get our groove back like Stella. Stella got her groove back. America, we need to get our groove back before it's too late. What else we got going on?
You've got to just rebuild. I mean, you look at the wreckage here, and this wreckage, the number of homes and RVs and cabins that have been damaged.
And we kind of got to push them aside.
Yeah.
But we got to do something different. When it, I know there's been some that want to politicize this senator, and we kind of got to push them aside.
Yeah.
But we got to do something different when it comes to protecting our girls, our kids, our community. What can we do? I mean, 45 minutes? Adults can't even respond in that time.
Well, look, there's a staging and ordering of things. The first thing with any crisis is search and rescue. And search and rescue is still ongoing. There are 10 girls missing. Our prayers are that those girls will still be found. After the search and rescue, you've got to just rebuild. I mean, you look at the wreckage here, and this wreckage, the number of homes and RVs and cabins that have been damaged. But there's no doubt afterwards we're going to have a serious retrospective, as you do with any disaster.
That's right.
And say, okay, what could have been done differently to prevent this disaster? And look, the fact that you have girls asleep in their cabins when the floodwaters are rising, something went wrong there. We've got to fix that and have a better system of warning to get kids out of harm's way.
Ted Cruz The U.S. Senator, former presidential candidate, Ted Cruz, U.S. Senator of Texas, was in Greece when this all happened, had to rush home. He was in Europe on a European vacation after Congress had passed the BBB bill. So Cruz was in Europe on a European vacation, had to rush home, and I guess he made it home by this morning so he could get on Fox and Friends. But with Elon getting his little money involved, there's going to be some changes in politics. I mean, we're still recovering little girls. Like it was a 100-year-old Christian camp, summer camp, Fourth of July weekend. The president he's signing a bill, one of the biggest bills ever in history, and what else? There's something else slipped my mind, but it shouldn't have happened. Would it have happened under Biden or Obama or Bush or Clinton or even Jimmy Carter, Reagan? Those are the questions we got to ask. The buck stops here. The chitlins cleaned here. Got that fresh aroma here as we clean these chitlins from Monday. You can smell it. You can smell it. All the while, the leader of Israel is here at the White House, and they're still bombing people in Gaza. The president's okay with that. Still starving people in Gaza. The president's okay with that. Every day that happens, America loses credibility in the world. We're not as strong. Our reputation isn't as strong as it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago. People are fed up with America. Look at New York. Look at their mayor candidate. He's a socialist. He's Disney. People are fed up. We're tired of being helpless, and we're tired of the genocide going on in our name. That's just who we are. We're American. We're not really into starving people. That's how you go around this country. I've been around the country, and anywhere I go, there's a lot of homeless people sleeping on the street these days. And you see people come out of nowhere with their own finances, their own money, and I see it. And people have boxes of food. They go out of their way to feed the homeless, and that's what American. Again, this is not a prop. This is not just a prop. There's a heart to this. And everywhere I go, I see it. Like, I've been homeless before. So I recognize those. Everybody don't recognize those kind of things, but I recognize when I see people go out of their way, churches, just families, not even just organizations, but there's a lot of organizations I've seen, Atlanta, just across the country, everywhere. And they go out of their way to feed the homeless. They're not getting any tax cuts. They're what they spend on the homeless wasn't included in the BBB last Friday that the president signed. why floods were sweeping through Texas. Because that's American. It's about more than money. It's spirit, it's heart, it's pride. America, we got to remember who we are. There's more to America than Trump. There's more to politics. We have a long history. We cleaning chitlins tonight if you're just tapping in.
Nine children are pending identification. At present, there are 10 campers from Camp Mystic unaccounted for and 1 counselor. We continue to offer our condolences to those affected. Reuniting the families remain our top priority here on this operation. As of 8:30 this morning, we recovered 75 deceased bodies here in Kirk County, including 48 adults and 27 children. Of this 48 adults and 27 children, 15 adults and 9 children are pending identification. At present, there are 10 campers from Camp Mystic unaccounted for and 1 counselor. We continue to offer our condolences to those affected. Reuniting the families remain our top priority here on this operation. As of 8:30 this morning, we recovered 75 deceased bodies here in Kirk County, including 48 adults and 27 children. Of this 48 adults and 27 children, 15 adults and 9 children are pending identification. At present, there are 10 campers from Camp Mystic unaccounted for and 1 counselor. We continue to offer our condolences to those affected. Reuniting the families remain our top priority here on this operation. As of 8:30 this morning, we recovered 75 deceased bodies here in Kirk County, including 48 adults and 27 children. Of this 48 adults and 27 children, 15 adults and 9 children are pending identification. At present, there are 10 campers from Camp Mystic unaccounted for and 1 counselor. We continue to offer our condolences to those affected. Reuniting the families remain our top priority here on this operation. As of 8:30 this morning, we recovered 75 deceased bodies here in Kirk County, including 48 adults and 27 children. Of this 48 adults and 27 children, 15 adults and 9 children are pending identification. At present, there are
They walked out of a press conference today. They walked out of a press conference. Was it today? In other news around America, And other news around America, I believe that's a Fourth of July shootout in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Who cleaned those chitlins? Because we don't need everybody's chitlins. Are there any malls in them chitlins? That's all we want to know. Are there are there any are there any malls in them chitlins? That's all we want to know.
Victims of this tragedy range from young to old and include a family of 6 spanning multiple generations. We're learning more about the victims of the flood disaster and the survivors trying to come to terms with what they witnessed.
I had to swim through a window and hold on to the meter box outside of the house.
28-year-old Christian Fell says he stood on the electric meter box outside his home for nearly 3 hours to stay alive. 27-year-old Julian Ryan died heroically, saving his kids by placing them on a floating mattress. Beloved high school teacher Jeff Wilson, who taught auto body repair, also lost his life in the flood. His wife and son are missing.
He was able to build relationships with kids, maybe kids that didn't fit the traditional classroom model.
And at Camp Mystic, where more than 24 campers were swept away in the night, at least 11 are confirmed dead. Among them, Janie Hunt, the 9-year-old cousin of Kansas City Chiefs owner Clark Hunt. His wife announcing Janie's death, saying, "If your heart is broken, I assure you God is near." 18-year-old camp counselor Chloe Childress is being remembered for her work with senior citizens. The head of her high school saying, "Chloe made space for others to feel safe, valued, and brave." Those who knew Camp Mystic's owner, Dick Eastland, say he died heroically, trying to rescue campers. His grandson writing, "If he wasn't going to die of natural causes, this was the only other way, saving the girls that he so loved and cared for."
He was, a man that made everyone feel safe and seen. He was just an extremely selfless person, and he showed that until the very end.
Once was lost, but now I'm found.
On Friday, hundreds of girls able to evacuate from Camp Mystic sang songs through their tears as they rode a bus through the devastation. The NFL and singer Shakira are among those already donating to the flood relief effort. If you want to help, donations can be made to the Kirk County Flood Relief Fund or to the World Central Kitchen.
America, that shouldn't be happening here. Something drastically is wrong. Nothing like that ever happened before in history. And the president wants to cut FEMA. That didn't work too good for, remember President Bush. Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job. You can't find that video anywhere. Until now.
All the providers are out there doing that. And in addition to that, FEMA and Coast Guard, the military have all brought in the kind of relief, kind of communication packages we need so that there is some command and control that exists between, the governor's offices and what we're trying to do. So that does exist. What happened here is a worst case situation. In essence, had Katrina come up through here and Lake Pontchartrain, this is the slush model they do at the Hurricane Center we looked at, unfortunately, last year. The red represents well over 15 to 18 feet that came across those levees, in addition to the levees that broke down.
This is George, for you guys on TikTok, this is George Bush,
that caused flooding from both ways.
Hurricane Katrina.
90% of New Orleans is out of commission. Yeah. The rest of the states, what we're going to do today is we're going to fly from Mobile along the
When he
coast.
said Brownie,
If you recall
you're
what
doing
we
a
saw
heck of a
last year in
job.
Florida, you're going to see the same thing, but worse.
Oh, he didn't say it.
Been in Mobile, Alabama for about the last 10 or 15 minutes to get a first-hand look at what the hurricane did and what the government is doing to help. Earlier today, he said what has been done so far is unacceptable. He's in a hangar in Mobile right now, and let's see if we can listen in to what he's being told.
Louisiana has more than any of the others, but that shows you the extent of the problem we have with communications. There's limited cell phone towers, limited radio contact. It's very difficult, particularly in New Orleans, to have any sort of communication.
Have any of them been put back up yet?
Yeah, I mean, all the providers are out there doing that. And in addition to that, FEMA and Coast Guard, the military have all brought in the kind of relief, kind of communication packages we need so that there is some command and control that exists between, the governor's offices and what we're trying to do. So that does exist. What happened here is a worst case situation. In essence, had Katrina come up through here and Lake Pontchartrain, this is the slush model they do at the Hurricane Center we looked at, unfortunately, last year. The red represents well over 15 to 18 feet that came across those levees, in addition to the levees that broke down here on St. Bernard parishes and the other parishes of New Orleans that caused flooding from both ways. Right
Hurricane
now,
Katrina flashback.
90% of New Orleans is out of commission. Yeah. The rest of the states, what we're going to do today is we're going to fly from Mobile along the coast. And if you recall what we saw last year in Florida, you're going to see the same thing, but worse, further inland, and all the way down. Yeah. Okay. So, Governor?
Yeah. Mr. President, first let me thank you for all the help.
This is Governor Haley Barbour of Mississippi.
The last few days, and I've told the people of Alabama you're concerned. I also
To this
want to
man's
thank
left.
Brand new staff. FEMA has absolutely been great. There's not been a request we've asked for. We appreciate that last emergency declaration, getting it back to us. Basically, we got hit 70, 80, 100-mile-an-hour winds over on Dauphin Island. Probably 60% of the houses there were destroyed. By Ola Natural, we probably got 2,000 to 3,000 people out. We've got most of the power back now, some pockets down here. So what we're beginning to concentrate on, we've got a new initiative right now called Operation Golden Rule. We're asking every county in the state of Alabama to come up with some kind of plan to see if they can help shelter some of these people in Mississippi and in Louisiana. We're looking at former military bases. We're looking at former mental institutions we had that were closed down last year. We're trying to develop a plan where we can get temporary housing, some semi-permanent housing, and then permanent housing, at least to give you some options.
Good, thank you.
Governor Barbour?
Mr. President, the immensity of this storm, both in power and size, just destroyed the Mississippi Gulf Coast. You saw it from airplane. It's utter destruction. Having said that, since Monday we've made progress. We've made a little progress every day. And I want to join Bob. The federal government is great. FEMA and all of your people who are on the ground, were on the ground before the storm hit, but particularly the Coast Guard. They've rescued 1,700 people in Mississippi. And they were there Monday night when it was still awful. Alabama's been great.
This is George W. Bush, 2005, Katrina, Alabama.
It's all over the country, people all over the country.
Former Governor, Alabama.
Search and rescue people there.
Haley Barbour. I met Haley Barbour in Cleveland.
But we've suffered
in 2016 at the Trump, at the Republican Convention.
We won't recover from for a long
He was
time.
a big
This is
Trump
the worst
supporter.
natural disaster in American history.
This was 11 years ago.
We're at ground zero. And so right now we're trying to finish search and rescue. There are people that didn't leave that died, and we hadn't found them. Secondly, we're getting water and food, and your people have been great. The American Red Cross, Salvation Army, private sector. But every day, like I say, we make a little progress. Fuel is a huge problem. Fuel is an enormous problem because we have no electricity in most of the area. Not going to have it in a lot of places because we didn't just lose the distribution lines that the trees fell. We lost all the transmission. We lost some of the generation. Yeah. And so fuel is the number one crisis because you can't do search and rescue. You can't get the water running. The hospitals.
Everybody else is out. So there's some people over there that are, helping.
Subject to your question, sir, we're ready to...
Well, first I want to say a few things. I am incredibly proud of our Coast Guard. We have got courageous people risking their lives to save life. And I want to thank the commanders and I want to thank the troops over there for representing the best of America. I want to congratulate the governors for being leaders. We didn't ask for this when you swung in, but you're doing a heck of a job. And the federal government's job is big and it's massive, and we're going to do it. Where it's not working right, we're going to make it right. Where it is working right, we're going to duplicate it elsewhere. Now, we have a responsibility at the federal level to help save life, and that's the primary focus right now. Every life is precious, and so we're going to spend a lot of time saving lives, whether it be in New Orleans or on the coast of Mississippi. We have a responsibility to help clean up this mess. And I want to thank the Congress for acting as quickly as you did. Step one is to appropriate $10.5 billion. But I got to warn everybody, that's just the beginning. That's a small down payment for the cost of this effort to help the good folks here rebuild. We are going to restore order in the city of New Orleans. And we're going to help supplement the efforts of the Mississippi Guard and others to restore order in parts of Mississippi. And I want to thank you for your strong statement of zero tolerance. The people of this country expect there to be law and order, and we're going to work hard to get it. In order to make sure there's less violence, we got to get food to people. And that's a primary mission, is to get food to people. And there's a lot of food moving. And now it's one thing to get it moving to a station, it's the next thing to get it in the hands of the people, and that's where we're going to spend a lot of time focusing. We got a lot of rebuilding to do. First, we're going to save lives and stabilize the situation. And they're going to help these communities rebuild. The good news is, and it's hard for some to see it now, that out of this chaos is going to come a fantastic Gulf Coast, like it was before. Out of the rubbles of Trent Lott's house, his had lost his entire house, there's going to be a fantastic house, and I'm looking forward to sitting on the porch. Out of New Orleans is going to come that great city again. That's what's going to happen. But now we're in the darkest days, and so we got a lot of work to do. And I'm down here to thank people, I'm down here to comfort people, I'm down here to let people know that we're going to work with the states and the local folks with a strategy to get this thing solved. Now, I also want to say something about the compassion of the people of Alabama and Mississippi and Louisiana and surrounding states. I want to thank you for your compassion. Now's the time to love a neighbor like you'd like to be loved yourself. Governor Riley announced the fact that they're going to open up homes and military bases for stranded folks, and that's going to be very important and helpful. My dad and Bill Clinton are going to raise money for governor's funds. The governors of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama will have monies available to them to help deal with the long-term consequences of this storm. The faith-based groups and the community-based groups throughout this part of the world, and the country for that matter, are responding. If you want to help, give cash money to the Red Cross and the Salvation Army. That's where the first help will come. There's going to be plenty of opportunities to help later on. But right now, the immediate concern is to save lives and get food and medicine to people so we can stabilize the situation. Again, I want to thank you all for, and Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job. The FEMA director's working 24 hours. They're working 24 hours a day. Listen to people so we can stabilize the situation. Again, I want to thank you all for, and Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job. But right now, the immediate concern is to save lives and get food and medicine to people so we can stabilize the situation. Again, I want to thank you all for, and Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job. There's going to be plenty of opportunities to help later on. But right now, the immediate concern is to save lives and get food and medicine to people so we can stabilize the situation. Again, I want to thank you all for, and Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job. The FEMA director's working 24 hours. They're working 24 hours a day. Again, my attitude is if it's not going exactly right, we're going to make it go exactly right. Thank you all for, and Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job. The FEMA director's working 24 hours. The immediate concern is to save lives and get food and medicine to people so we can stabilize the situation. Again, I want to thank you all for, and Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job. The FEMA director's working 24 hours. They're working 24 hours. Is to save lives and get food and medicine to people so we can stabilize the situation. Again, I want to thank you all for, and Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job. The FEMA director's working 24 hours.
across the Gulf Coast. We're told he's going on to Biloxi, Mississippi, and later today will go on to New Orleans. But we're told at this point he may only tour New Orleans by helicopter. This is dangerous territory, and a decision has not yet been made, frankly, as to whether it is safe for the president to get on the ground in New Orleans. The president said earlier today relief efforts so far have been unacceptable, but he stressed today that from here on in, if things are not right, he intends to see that they are made right. He says this is a problem that we're going to solve. It's rather interesting. You had two Republican governors there. Governor Haley Barbour of Mississippi and Governor Bob Riley of Alabama, both of whom said the federal government is doing a great job and they really appreciate what is being done, very much in contrast to the statements coming out of New Orleans and Louisiana, where Democratic officials yesterday were saying things like, this is a desperate SOS, we need help and we're not getting it. So we'll watch this situation as the day wears on. We'll be back on the air at the president's next stop. For CBS News, I'm Bob Schieffer in New York today.
Oh, Lord. How I miss Bob Schieffer. Face the Nation. He wouldn't take Bob Schieffer, Tim Russert. Oh, how America misses those journalists. You see how he gave a contrast? He gave the Democratic side and the Republican side. As I was saying, I met former Governor Haley Barbour in Cleveland, maybe near City Hall. And he was in Cleveland to support the nomination of Donald Trump in 2016. I talked to former Governor Barbour, and boy, do I miss Bill Schieffer, Sunday mornings, Face the Nation. I miss Tim Russert, Sunday mornings, Meet the Press. Those were like, you couldn't miss that stuff, man, because whoever they had on there, they were going to take them to the woodshed. Generations. Americans got to remember who we are. We forgot who we are. When I sit there and see Bob Schieffer,
What's happening?
He-Man, look, it's us. He-Man?
My robot guards will take care of you intruders.
He-Man, can't you remember anything?
Do I know you?
Zodak said I should talk of home, and your memory might come back.
But I can't remember where my home is. I'll take care of these guys.
Speak of home, speak of home. Of course! Where else would you be more at home than Castle Grayskull? Quick, follow me!
Help! Help!
Now hold the sword up and say, by the power of Grayskull!
By the power of Grayskull! Orko!
Hooray! The power of Grayskull brought your memory back. Now let's go to work. We need your help.
America, remember who you are. Remember what these colors stand for. We got to talk about home. What should I talk about to bring your memory back? I need to talk about something to bring your memory back. I want you to lift up.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one.
In the genocide.
People dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We all a part of God's great big family, and the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. Well, send them your heart. So they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free, as God has shown us by turning stone to bread.
Aldero.
We all must lend a helping hand. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones to make a brighter
Can you
day.
log in?
So let's start giving. Oh, there's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. When you're down and out, and there seems no hope at all.
America, genocide.
But if you just believe, there's nowhere we can fall. Well, let's realize, oh, that a change can only come when we stand together as one. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. We'll make a better day. Just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving.
We about to close it out.
There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own life. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me.
I want you to B. Jackson, the oldest Jackson sister. Harry Belafonte. Harry Belafonte. B. Jackson. Let's end this genocide, America. Rachel, let's go. Rachel, the great Rachel.
Come on, let me hear you. We are the world. We are the world. We are the children. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. Yeah, yeah. We are the world. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a better day. So let's start giving. So let's start giving. There's a choice for me. Yeah, we're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day.
America, we are saving our own lives. If we got it good now, but you better believe there's countries around the world that even are taking our cornbread. The dollar's at an all-time low. 1973, 61-year low. We need to get it together. We need to get it together. Serious time. United we stand, divided we fall. Defend against foreign and domestic. Saving our lives. Who we make a better day? The genocide in Gaza. Now, shooting at starving people, not bombing things. We're American. We don't like that. We ain't down with that. We got heart. We got soul. God bless America. One nation under God, indivisible, and justice for all. God bless everybody out there. And have a good night. And this is, you've listened to another edition of Who Clean Those Chitlins? We just cleaned a whole bucket of chitlins for you guys because we just don't eat everybody's chitlins. Did you cut up some malls in them chitlins? And who made the potato salad?